Hello guys, this is Ratu498 and this is two 2v2 commentary battles on Shogun 2 Total War. We are me and Roos fighting for AA, and we are fighting the 7 Samurai clan. Our opponents are ranked 5 in the 2v2 leaderboards. This is my army. I've got 4 Naginata Warrior Monks, 3 Yari Ashigaru, a Waco Raiders, a couple of Mounted Samurai and 3 Naginata Warrior Monk Cav. Roos also has 4 monks, a couple of Yari, and a small Cav force and some Naginata attendants. This is one of the opponents. Brought a lot of Nodachis and some sword attendants, and this is the other opponent's brought quite a few monks and Naginata Samurai and a couple of bow units as well, I believe. And both of them have a little Cav force as well. I believe this opponent had a bigger Cav force, a few Naginata Warrior Monks and a few Yari Cav as well. So there's a dojo in the middle. This dojo, I believe, is a morale dojo. So it's the shrine. And me and Roos are setting up together as our two opponents kind of switched to the left after we started. So we've had to kind of move ourselves around. My opponents decided to try and charge in to get rid of my bows, so I switched one of my Yari Ashigaru in. I believe this is the one with hold firm. Only one of my Yari Ashigaru has hold firm. I believe 2 of Roos's do. So as you can see, they're trying to outflank. They're going right the way around the flank. Roos has got his monks on the left-hand side over there, as you see it. And my opponent's just going to send his sword units rushing through. His sword attendants are going to rush through first, and then his Nodachis are going to come in afterwards. He's got Cav skirmishing down with me on the left-hand side. My bows are firing off, Roos's bows are firing off. Both got bow warrior monk unit or 2. I think I've got 1 with this build. So basically these sword attendants have just whacked straight into a Yari wall, so they're going to do pretty much no damage at all. Roos's mounted samurai doing a decent job there, and here's a couple of his monk units going to go in and start engaging down here. Cav charge is going through. I believe this opponent's got a melee general, so he's going to do quite a bit of damage with that melee general, so it's going to be important to try and get rid of him as quickly as possible. As you can see, he's still held up on our spear walls at the moment. We've put our spear walls either side of the dojo to kind of stop him from having a way to get through. It basically made a couple of bottlenecks for us to be able to hold him up on. We're doing a lot of damage on these Nodachis, as you can see. We're basically taking it in turns to fire. My bows are firing, then Roos's are firing straight afterwards. Over on this side we've got Cav units that are popping in and out. Naginata Warrior Monks fighting each other, and some enemy Naginata Samurai down there as well. I'm moving a couple of my monks in, and I'm going to send my Cav across over to Roos, as I see that he's getting quite a few units over here, and they're quite decent quality units as well. So I've decided to send some support over, as he's got a couple of his walls and units fighting my guy. So I'm now going to move my Waco Raiders and a couple of my Naginata monks over as well, and they're going to go in to lend a bit of support. So my Cav have whacked in down on the bottom right. They've managed to rat away one of the Cav units. One of my spear walls has popped up just behind Roos's spear walls, and it's going to take place there. As you can see, there's a unit moving forward there. That's my spear wall. It's just going to take the place of Roos's one that's just been worn out quite a bit by these Nodachis. So they're going to take over now and stop us from getting flanked. Over on my far side, we're doing a lot of damage here with bow units, and my spear wall over here is still going strong. Don't think I've used hold firm on him yet either. Don't think I've had to use hold firm yet. But a war cry's gone off over there, so obviously I've hit a war cry on one of my Naginata Warrior Monks. Down here, as you can see, pretty much just overwhelming them now with the amount of numbers that we've got. Because most of my opponent's units were being held up on spear walls, nice cheap units to hold up huge amounts of units, then over on Roos's side we were able to get onto this guy pretty easily. As you can see, I've got 4 units of infantry over there, 3 units of Cav, which are going to do a lot of damage. And we've kind of got a hole in the centre of us now, but that really doesn't matter at all now, as we've managed to destroy the right and left flank pretty comfortably. So it's going to be pretty easy now to just wrap up the units that are coming through in the centre. So I'm just switching my units around now to deal with them. My bows are still firing in, as are my now mounted samurai. Mounted Samurai are very, very effective, bow cav very effective, simply because they can move around. So whereas your bows have to run away pretty quick, these Mounted Samurai can move really, really fast. So that's the end of the first game. That was a good game to our opponents. Second game coming up. Round about now. So this is the second game I'm going to show you. Same players. We actually played these guys a few times as well. There was a game in between this where I used my Nodachi build, which was live recorded. It was on that Obaki Gorge map, really. Just basically a skirmish battle for a long time until we ended up winning and they quit, so I didn't manage to save that one. But so I've got the same build in this one, which is my monk build again. So I've got 4 monks, same as I did before, so it's exactly the same build as I had before. My opponent's decided to change his build, and he has a few more cav now, and I believe a few more Nodachi. Reese's opponent's also changed his build. He now no longer, I believe, has so many monks, and I think he's changed them over to buy a couple of extra cav. What they're planning to do, I think, is to try and encircle us with the cav and wrap some swords around our back and try and just basically hammer and anvil us. But I've got a little surprise for them when they try and do that anyway. So, spear walls at the front again, exactly the same thing as before. Spear walls are going to go to the front, hold them up. Same as before, so I've got 1 hold firm, Reese I believe has got 2. And going to start whacking into his cav units now, make them have to come out and go the long way round us. I've got my mounted samurai just behind my right flank, so I'm going to have to move them because that's where the cav are going to. So I'm going to pull them back. And as you can see down here, 3 hidden cav, which they wouldn't have been expecting to pop up. So they're going to secure our flank basically and stop us from being outflanked by all these cav units. I don't care if they die, they're going to be completely irrelevant. The main strength with these kind of armies is going to be the fact that they're going to try and hammer and anvil us. So I need to just keep those cav units busy for as long as possible while we deal with all the infantry units from the front. Going into spear wall, as you can see on the front. And as you can see again, we've created like a bottleneck with the forest and stuff, so he's going to have to just basically charge at us or try and go round. If he goes round, then our units will just peel off and take the flanks. But as you can see, he's going to charge straight into us. Bows are firing off, we're targeting the better units, so we're targeting his Nationality Warrior monks. As you can see now, cav units all coming down in my rear. I managed to hit into one of his cav, do a decent amount of damage, but I've just had 5, I believe, cav units pour into me. 3 Yari and 2 Naginata, I believe, so going to be quite raping down there for my cav. But hopefully we should do a really decent job against these units up here, with the amount of units we've got outnumbering them, because most of their money on their cav is all down the bottom fighting. A lot less cav units. He has twice as many down there than I have, so we've got extra money up here to be fighting them with. And yet again, they're fighting on the spear walls. They're not coming around the back of the spear walls, they're not being able to flank them because we've put units on the sides of the spear walls. It's very important if you're going to use a spear wall that you have units on either flank of them, because yes, they'll hold any unit from the front, but from the rear and from the side they're going to get completely and utterly destroyed. I've moved my mounted samurai down, and they're going to fire off just to lend a little bit of support down here, just to try and hold them up for just a little bit longer. Any period of time that I can have to keep those units down there busy, I'm more than happy to take advantage of that. Rooster's got his mounted samurai at the back as well. We've got some spear units at the back as well, guarding against that cav too. Rooster's katana samurai. So I didn't tell you Rooster's build. He's got katana build this time. Rooster's katana samurai did a great job on that left flank, and I got a couple of Naginata Warrior monks and my Waco down there doing a job on the right. And as you can see, we pretty much destroyed the centre and the right flank really, really quick, just with cav charges going through. And the sheer number of our infantry units and the bow fire on the more highly vetted units. It's important to target your bows onto the most effective unit that you're going to kill. Naginata Warrior monks make an excellent target, simply because of the fact that they've got low armour and they're very expensive, so they make an excellent unit. Everyone's saying how Naginata monks are overpowered. They are overpowered, you can really boost them up. They're still very expensive for what they are. As you can see, I've got a hold firm going on as well at the moment. Down there, it's just wearing out now, so. But all 3 of my Ashigaru units, my Yari Ashigaru, are still holding, so they did a great job. And that's the end of this battle as well. That was a good game to our opponents. Thank you guys for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and that's about it. Great game to our opponents. Thank you very much. Bye bye.